Like Tom Brady said, let's go, let's go, let's go. It is time to talk football. The All Football Talk Show, the show that only talks about football. Football only, ladies and gentlemen. If you're not talking football, what are you doing? Rob Johnson, Larry Patterson. Larry, tell them who you are if they don't already know who you are, brother.
Man, you already know who I am, man. Everybody know who I am. Mr. 32 Teams in 32 Days. Check the Facebook on Larry Patterson. Check me out on Game Time 365 Sports on Instagram, covering local high school. Me and Rob, we've been doing this thing for what, going on a year now. So
Year and a half, yep.
this our first episode of the Sunday Night Hype. I know we did like a little pre-show, a pre-run like a minute ago, but this is the first official episode, and I'm really excited for it. I did have my own air sign on the it was on the last episode, but for some reason it ain't happening today. But just know we on air, baby. It's the Sunday Night Hype, man.
It's the Sunday Night Hype, and make sure you subscribe to us on the YouTube channel. We're gonna check the numbers after. If you out there, you're not subscribing to our YouTube channel, it's on you. You need to be subscribing to our YouTube channel. We're gonna do it for a couple of weeks, and if we don't see no results, we'll make a Facebook page. We'll even make maybe a Instagram page. We'll definitely do a Facebook page for it. Make sure y'all follow us here on the Sunday Night Hype. Rob Johnson, Larry Patterson, All Football Talk. Let's get to the first topic.
Let's
Terry
go.
McLaurin and Micah Parsons. Who has the bigger trade beef? Who has the bigger beef of why they should be traded and why they should be paid? Terry McLaurin or Micah Parsons?
Bro, I've struggled with this one because both of them really make cases. Michael Parsons, double-digit sacks since he's been in the league, and I'm not sure off bat if he was leading his team in those categories. I think for the most part, for most of those years he was. I think he's been in the league with going on 5 years now, 5 6 years.
About three and a half, 3 years, 3 years and a half,
Oh, I thought it
three
was
to 4
longer than
years.
that. So his I think this is probably his fifth year coming up. So double-digit sacks in the league since then. Big contributions to his team. Yes, he missed some time last year, but look at what he done before. And then with with Terry McLaurin, I mean, you look at him since he's been in the league 2019 when they were the Redskins. Like he was leading his team in targets, receptions, and receiving yards. Like I understand Terry is on that end of 30 now, which is gonna kind of like mess him up a little bit. I'm sure some team is interested in him, but both of them should have that beat because they both make the cases. Terry McLaurin leading his team in those categories as I just listed. Both of them have a beef. Who has the more beef? That's where I'm struggling with because and both of them had the case. Uh, but as far as maybe on the defensive side of the ball, with Micah being as young as he is, maybe he has the better compelling case there.
Yeah, he's been in the league. Michael Parsons has been since 2021, so you can pretty much call that his fourth year in the league. I want to bring up some numbers for you, Larry. All right, both players have played in some playoff games here. Terry McLaurin has played in 4 playoff games, while Michael Parsons played in 4 as well. Let's bring up Michael Parsons' numbers in the playoffs. He has 8 solo tackles, 10 assisted, 1 sack in 4 games. Is that good to you, Larry? Is that good for a guy who wants to be the highest paid player in the National Football League?
Got to show up in the playoffs.
You have to show up in the playoffs, right? Now, let's go to Terry McLaurin's numbers. Mind you, 3 games with Jaden Daniels, and then 1 he had when they played against the Buccaneers. I believe, I can't remember what was the quarterback's name back then. Went to ODU and all that good stuff. I'm getting a roadblock right now. I'm getting a roadblock. You remember his name, Larry?
I'm gonna blank myself. Went to ODU. What team was he
Man,
on?
you know what? And I feel so bad because I remember his name so bad. It was he went to ODU. He went to ODU and they played in a playoff game and he threw for like a gazillion yards. This is during the pandemic. Taylor Heineke.
Oh,
Taylor Heineke was throwing. I can't.
so
You know
long,
what's
bro.
bad? It's bad when you forget that guy's name. Taylor Heineke was the other quarterback who threw him the football in the playoffs. You want to know Terry McLaurin's numbers in the playoffs compared to Micah Parsons?
Listen,
He has 20 catches for 302 yards and scored 3 touchdowns in 4 career playoff games. And most of that came against the Detroit Lions, a depleted Lions team, of course, but still, those numbers are better. He's had worse quarterback play. He played with a rookie in the playoffs. Terry McLaurin, in my opinion, has a bigger beef. Jerry Jones said he offered him a contract in March. Can we believe Jerry Jones? Maybe we can, maybe we can't. But if there was an offer done and Micah talked to him without his agent, guess whose fault that is? That's on Micah Parsons. Guess who doesn't show up? Guess who didn't show up against the Packers a couple of years ago? Micah Parsons. Do you remember Micah Parsons in that Green Bay playoff game? Do you remember him? Any? Do you remember him?
I remember he didn't show up.
So again, who do you think has the bigger beef? I think it's Terry McLaurin, and I don't think it's close.
See that, and that's why I say like both of them have the beef, but it's like by him being at that age, and take age out of the equation here. Look at the production that he's doing. Just as you listed, the production. I mean, from the production, even in season, like I know he had that one playoff game, but the production in the season with the quarterbacks that he's been playing with over the season since he's been in the league.
You know why I'm laughing like this? You know why I'm laughing like this right now? Hey, you ever type something to the Google machine and something bad came up? Check this out, Larry. In the 2023-24, this is an AI overview. In the 2023-2024 NFC wildcard game, Dallas Cowboys lost to Green Bay Packers, and Michael Parsons, a key player for the Cowboys, had a limited impact. That's from Google. That's from Google AI. So even artificial intelligence says he had no impact at all.
Wow.
Damn. You know that's bad when AI say you. Never mind.
Yeah, that's pretty bad. But I agree with you when you say about Terry. I mean, and if you look what he's done this season with an actual quarterback, so now a rookie quarterback who wants his veteran receiver on the team. This team was one game away from the Super Bowl. From the Super Bowl. Look at what he's done. And then you ask yourself, why are they hasn't Terry earned a contract extension? Does he deserve to be in this position right now, playing tug of war?
Let me see. Yeah. There's no to me, there's really no question. There's really no debate.
And then you have Jerry Jones on the other side. Now, I mean, I know every side's got their both sides have their sides and their reasons. But if Jerry had taken care of this a couple years ago, none of this will be happening. Jerry always drags out these contract extensions.
Yep.
He's always done it, and it's annoying because basically it's almost like bullying if you understand what I'm saying. Like it's bullying. You know?
I mean, I don't listen, man. Listen, I think Jerry Jones gets a little bit of too much of a bad rap. This is the problem I have with a lot of the Cowboys teams. You go back to the 07-08 team. You go to the 08 team where they were beating down everybody. I believe they were 14-2, something like that. Gets the playoffs, can't do it. Tony Romo can't. A couple years before that, can't handle the snap. You got 2015, 2016. Dez Bryant can't catch the damn ball. Okay, a couple years back, they beat Tampa. They retired Tom Brady. They go and play against the 49ers, who were not that great at quarterback. Now that Brock Purdy's a $100 million man, whatever. They lost 19-12. How the hell is that Jerry Jones' fault? How the hell? They beat Tom Brady. I think the problem with the Cowboys is the players at times, Larry, have no freaking accountability. And I don't put that on coaching. I don't put that on anybody. Because look a lot of these organizations out here. Look at the Saints. The Saints are horrible. Organization-wise, they're horrible. But guess what? All throughout the 2010s, they were winning. They're Super Bowl champions. So somewhere along the line, somebody was doing something right. Sometimes as grown men, you got to look in the mirror and say, I'm just not doing enough. Hasn't Jerry not put the players in position? Has Jerry not put the players in position? He has put the players in position. You guys just have not got it done. And I'm sick and tired of the blaming. Micah Parsons, you want to be the best player? You want to be paid like the best player? Play like it, damn it. Play like it, because you don't show up in the biggest times. What happened against Buffalo a couple years ago? They ran on your ass. You didn't do nothing. You had to come out the game. Tell me, Larry, what did you do against Buffalo? Remember that Buffalo game coming out of Washington? What did Micah Parsons do?
Not a damn thing.
They were 12 and 5 that year, but you couldn't get the number 1 seed. 12 and 5, great, but you didn't get the number 1 seed. What happened when you got to the playoffs? No. Dallas Cowboys. You always wilter under the pressure. You want to be Lawrence Taylor. You ain't nowhere close to Lawrence Taylor. You want to be a Reggie White. You're nowhere close to Reggie White. Talking about maybe he should get traded to the Green Bay Packers. You know how much he would wilt under the pressure of wearing the green and the gold, the cheese heads. That's where real tradition. The Pittsburgh Steelers, the San Francisco 49ers, real tradition. Jerry Jones won 3 Super Bowls. Took a $140 million freaking franchise that was slipping underneath the freaking pits of freaking hell and made them a $17 billion organization. Jerry Jones did the job. It's your job, guys, to come in and make things happen. Micah Parsons, you got the speed. You got everything. But every time the pressure gets up there, you go like this. Terry McLaurin, he shows up. He plays with anybody. He plays with John Doe, Philip Corset, whoever. Took this team within a game of the Super Bowl. Micah Parsons, what have you done that can get the Cowboys to a Super Bowl?
So I got a question. Who do you think gets signed this week? If there's a contract extension that happens this week, who is it?
Neither one. I think one of them are getting traded.
Yeah, I think one of them getting traded.
And it wouldn't. Too. And I'm fearing so much because listen, Deebo Samuel must look really damn. I'm telling you, Larry, Deebo Samuel must look really good in practice. He must look really good. Either they're seeing something that they're not telling us. They're seeing something, Larry, they're not telling us.
It's either that or you looking at that rookie, Jalen. I'm blanking on his last name. I actually forgot where he came from. And we just covered the Commanders the other day. I'm sorry. But they drafted a rookie, I believe, in the 3rd round. And maybe you got some hype on him. Maybe maybe you got some hype on Luke McCaffrey. But why isn't this guy signed yet? Because he needs to be in that building. I mean, he's in the building, but he needs to be on that field. He needs to be preparing. I mean, first preseason game is this week. So I think Terry's done enough for that franchise to say, like, look, man, y'all need to figure something out.
I mean,
both players have requested trades, and this is crazy. But you would think on Dallas's part, Jerry Jones being as hungry as he wants to be for a championship, that he would make these moves.
Yeah, the Commanders selected Jalen Lane, 5'10", 196 pounds.
Out of Tech.
He was a 3-star recruit out of South Carolina. Committed to Mississippi Tech, MTSU. After breaking every record at Clover High School, he ended his career with the Blue Raiders by being selected all-conference USA selection by leading his team 69 receptions for 940 yards and 5 touchdowns. So, yeah, he's recruit out of South Carolina. So, yeah, he's coming out of Conference USA. I don't know if that's the guy that's going to, do anything for you. I can't tell you that, Larry. But like I said, if Deebo Samuel, if they can somehow get him back to the form that he was, then maybe you can afford to make that trade. But you got to be very careful because, as we know, Larry, camaraderie, my friend, is very, very important.
And you can't use Debo too damn much. I mean, look what they happened out there in San Francisco. I mean, he can
But
do it, but I mean,
mhm.
when you got him catching passes and he's running plus, he's running misdirections and jet sweeps and all that good stuff. You know, don't overuse your guy either. But
but but Larry, here's the problem: you've already gotten over the Daniel Snyder mess, but now you're creating more headaches. You're creating more headaches if you're Washington. You've already got rid of Daniel Snyder issues, but now you're bringing back more issues to the building. Why? You're creating more headache. Why? So guess what, ladies and gentlemen? You can no longer blame Danny Boy. You can't blame Danny Boy no more. The drama is in this Josh Harris group.
yeah,
Make a decision, and keep it moving.
yeah. Hopefully, a deal gets done this week where some kind of clarity gets settled there. It's been dragging on too long.
Yeah. Speaking of dragging too long, forget those two. Let's go. Let's go to actual champions. Let's go to a team that actually has a championship. That's the Philadelphia Eagles. Let's revisit that trade that happened between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Tennessee Titans. The lonely, I may say, Tennessee Titans. Larry, let's go back to that trade. Talk to me about it. Tell me what just the hell the Tennessee Titans were thinking about, my friend.
So I'm trying to pull that up. I didn't know he was going there next, but Tennessee and Philadelphia had a trade back in 2022. What was
Mm-hmm.
it?
Yep.
So Tennessee traded AJ Brown to damn it. Tennessee had traded AJ Brown. There we go to to the Philadelphia Eagles. Also, the Eagles did sign him to an extension there. Now, the compensation that Tennessee got in that was Traylon Burks, of course. Now,
Mm-hmm.
Traylon Burks, they just cut him 2 weeks ago, last week.
Yep.
You cut him. Oh, then you got Roger McCreary, who is okay. He's going to his third year.
Yeah.
So we'll see what you get out of him. Also, Nicholas Petit Freer, offensive tackle, and then Kyle Phillips, who I don't even think is on the team anymore.
No.
So clearly, Philadelphia won the deal. Oh, by the way, I think he got probably 2 extensions since he's been over there. I think he got paid again. So yeah, clearly, I really wanted to touch on that because Traylon Burks got released, and then you're seeing what the Titans have done. Oh, by the way, the Titans did cut their general manager after 2 years, and Rand Carthon.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, I hate to bring in the Rob Johnson thing, but I had a clip that I had to bring for Tennessee Titans fan. I'm gonna change it back real quick, but you know I'm about to play right there. Here you go. Again, I forgot to bring the clip over, but look, I'm gonna change the theme back in a second. But this again, Tennessee Titans fans, Larry, you go ahead, go at your point, man.
Just
Oh
winning.
man, oh the lonely Tennessee Titans. I feel so bad for those guys. Not really, but I do.
And once the season gets going, they got a quarterback over there who you've taken a picture with, who America and the world needs to see this picture, especially if he wins offensive rookie of the year. I think the people need to see that. You need to show these people. But you've ran it on this for a while, but Tennessee being the place where wide receivers go to die.
It's true. It's
uh,
true. It's
yeah,
true.
and then they selected two this year, so we'll see how they. But they got a quarterback over there. Hopefully, they got the blue skies is over there in Tennessee, and hopefully things will change over there. But clearly, Philadelphia won that trade, and seeing all the success that they have there. Damn you, Tennessee.
Look, man. if all this happened to get Cam Ward, it was worth it. But if Cam Ward ends up not being the guy, which I seriously doubt is going to happen, I think Cam Ward will be the guy. Larry, we're looking at some bad times for the Tennessee Titans.
And all that to get Cam Ward. Hell, that year they selected Will Levis. Will Levis in the second round. So evidently you had faith that Will Levis was going to be your quarterback of the future. And now he's out for the season, and he was nowhere near being the quarterback of your future coming into this year. Look at even last year. Next topic.
You know what? I'll be honest with you when I'm going to say this. I don't want to hurt Tennessee fans even more. Let's move on. All right, third topic. Larry, who has more pressure going into 2025? Dak Prescott or Justin, I throw picks, Herbert?
I'm going to have to go with my man Dak. $60 million a year. $60 million a year. I'm going to have to go with Dak Prescott. And then you coming off the injury. You coming off of the injury. This is you got a new offensive coach coming in. New head coach, offensive minded coach. Yeah, I think it's on deck. I think Justin Herbert and his past playoff struggles do get overlooked a little bit, or not a little bit, a lot, where people still rank him as like in the upper echelon of quarterbacks that haven't accomplished a lot. But I'm gonna say Dak on this one because this team, well, both teams are kind of like in playoff kind of form. But I think with Dak just being the way he's getting paid and the expectations from this team each and every year, of course he's got more pressure. Ain't nobody paying attention to Justin because they're expecting him to win. And now he's got Harbaugh over there. Now they're gonna run the ball more. And we'll touch on that Hall of Fame game the other day where you had your first round running back that you drafted and you only gave him 2 carries. So I think the more pressure is on Dak though.
I think that people look at Dak and they don't really expect a lot this year. They don't expect a lot from Dallas because of how good Washington is
going to be
and how good the Commanders are going to be. And the Giants are a dark horse because they got Russell Wilson, who actually went to the playoffs last year, unlike somebody who's in Pittsburgh who didn't go to the playoffs last year. But anyway, Justin Herbert is expected to be John Elway, Brett Favre, this legend, that legend. He's got the height. Was he 6'5", 6'6", 6'4" to 6'6", 230, 40, 50 pounds, blah, blah, blah. But the last time we saw Justin Herbert, Larry, what was he doing?
Throwing interception. He threw 4 in the wild card round.
Yeah, definitely.
To the Houston Texans,
the Houston Texans,
a team that they were projected to beat.
Yeah, but that same Houston team is projected to have a top 5 defense this year, and we saw why in that playoff game. Houston Texans is a very dangerous football team, by the way.
Very.
Larry, I think the more pressure is on Justin Herbert because his division is going to be a bloodbath. Because first of all, you got the Broncos, who I'm high on. I'm really high on the Broncos, and the Broncos have a top 10 roster. That's what they were saying the other day. They were saying, check it out. They were saying, look at the Saints when Coach Sean Payton was there. You're not giving Sean Payton a lot of crap, but I can't deny he knows talent. When Sean Payton was in New Orleans, what happened? They had a good roster where he had a 5'10", 5'11" quarterback who he made look like a giant. No offense to Drew Brees, but when he was in San Diego, we didn't know what was going to happen once he got to New Orleans. Exactly. Look what he did to him. Look what he did with people like Marcus Colston. Russell Wilson struggled that first year with those receivers. With that, I told you that offensive coordinator should never have been a head coach. He was trash. If Russell Wilson would have had Sean Payton from the get-go, things would have gone a lot better, as we saw. Now we see that roster is a lot better. But I'm glad Russell left. Because they got Bo Nix. Now, imagine what would have happened. Imagine what would have happened if the Minnesota Vikings would have did what I said they should have did, and that was draft Bo Nix. But we'll get to that on another day. Because I want to talk about we're gonna talk about that next show when it comes to quarterbacks and pressure. Because there's a certain JJ in Minnesota who has got a whole lot of pressure. We'll talk about that next Sunday though. We got every Sunday now until February. We're good. There's more pressure on Justin because he's got to play the Broncos. You got to play a pissed off Kansas City Chiefs team. The Raiders are going to be better. Whether people want to believe it or not, the Las Vegas Raiders will be better. And you're going to have to go into those stadiums and you're going to have to play your butt off. Justin Herbert has more pressure. They've added a little more weapons here and there. He's got Harbaugh. Harbaugh has been to the Super Bowl with the 49ers. The expectations he'll make it with the Chargers. But maybe, guess what, Larry? Maybe the Chargers are just a cursed franchise. Why can't we just say that? Why can't we just say the Chargers are a cursed franchise? They didn't make it with Phillip Rivers, Antonio Gates, LaDainian Tomlinson. How the hell you think they're going to make it now? With that defense that they had at the time, with those weapons, do you see LaDainian Tomlinson in LA right now?
No.
Do you see an Antonio Gates at tight end?
No.
I don't either. I don't either. So the pressure's on Justin Herbert because he's the golden boy. He's what everybody here. He's who everybody wants to win. So guess what? The pressure's on you. There's still pressure on Dak. Yes, I'm gonna tell you where the pressure will come on Dak. If they go into Philadelphia and beat the Eagles, we won't even hear about another team for another 6 days. The only thing we'll hear about is the Cowboys. Yep. Which I pray to God does not happen. I'm thinking Philly's going to win. I hope Philly wins because I want to hear about more teams. You know what? Scratch it. We're going to hear about the Cowboys anyway because that's all they talk about.
I was just about to say that.
That's all. They don't know anything else. So, there's still be pressure on Dak regardless, but I definitely give it to Justin Herbert.
Yeah, I was about to say, even if Philly wins, they're still going to talk about Dallas. They're going to talk about, how Dallas is bad, how Dallas didn't do this, Dallas didn't do that. I mean, you still got another team over there that won, but we already know. This is why we create the platforms that we create so we can talk about the teams that we want to talk about and that everybody else wants to hear instead of what people do, what certain fan bases want to hear. But we'll touch on them, but we won't touch on them just as much as they do. You know
exactly. Speaking of that, we talk about preseason. So let's quickly go through Chargers versus Lions, that preseason game. And can we please get can we get a hand clap, ladies and gentlemen? Can we get a hand clap, Larry? No. Larry. This is Sunday Night Hype. Get that clap harder, man. Come on, man. Get that clap harder, man. Let me give a clap for Trey Lance. Yes, Trey Lance. That Trey Lance. The one who I said should not have been selected. Didn't I say he should have been selected in the first round? Didn't I say that he should have been selected in the second or third round and given time to develop? Well, that development is starting to show. It started last year in Dallas. You're seeing it more now in LA. You're seeing a guy that is becoming more comfortable and in that Greg Roman system. And here's another thing, Larry. Justin Herbert, you better not get hurt. You better not struggle. We've seen in the past that Harbaugh is not afraid to switch quarterbacks.
Running quarterbacks.
And if he possibly sees any Colin Kaepernick in Trey Lance, I'm telling you, he may make an unpopular decision if the Chargers start struggling. I'm telling you. It may not happen. It may not happen. I'm just saying. We've seen strange things happen in the National Football League.
And that's his type of quarterback, too. So, like you said, it may not happen, but there can be an injury somewhere. There can be an injury somewhere. You never know when these injuries may happen, where a Trey Lance just may have to step in. And I know it was preseason, but Trey Lance 13 and 20, 120 yards and 2 touchdowns. Big touchdowns. If you actually watched it, those were big time throws. I think one of them was a big time throw. I think that's quite impressive. And now he'll have 4 more games to prove his case going into the season. But I think he did an awesome job. DJ Ogalele came in 2 for 3 with 25. And we're not expecting too much out of him. Kamani Vidal, I know him real well. He scored twice on Denver in the first game in the season last year. He had 9 for 37 with 2 touchdowns. I think he's going to be a nice option. Hassan Haskins, 3 for 34, 6 for 34. Naheem Miller Hines. I looked at this name and I said, Naheem Miller Hines. Miller was added. That's just Naheem Hines, who was playing for the Colts and some other teams. But the one that I'm mad at is Amari and Hampton, and maybe I'm not trying to be overreact, but maybe that he gets more carries in games 2, 3, and 4. Because 2 carries for 9 yards, granted he averaged in those two 4.5 per, but your rookie that you spent what was it? I don't know what pick it was. I forget what pick it was, but he should got more carries in that game. That's all I'm saying on that one. Keandre Lambert Smith, 2 for 43 and a touchdown. That's a rookie who was drafted in the middle rounds. I want to say fourth, fifth round or what is I want to say. So yeah, Chargers blew him out 34-7.
Yeah, they blew him out. And Larry, the other thing I want you to touch on, man, because I know a lot of people won't think about this. And I know it's just preseason. I get it, Larry. I know it's just preseason, bro. But if you're the Lions, you gotta be worried about your depth if people get hurt.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. There were 13 guys on injury reserve last year, and you
Yep.
already got Lee McNeil. He's injured. There's another defensive tackle that's pretty much gone for the year. I'm blanking on
Yeah,
his name
torn
right now.
ACL, I believe. Yep. Yep.
Yeah, so I mean they are already hitting on injuries already. So,
Yeah. So I'm like I said, man, I really am happy for Trey Lance. I'm happy for the fact that he was able to come in the other night and do some good things, man, because like I said, me and you touched on it, Larry. Preseason, dog, is very important to us.
very.
Preseason is very important. We look at preseason as critical. We look at it as something that you have to pay attention to because you need to see these guys. Like you said, look at the Lions last year. Look at the injuries that the Lions went through last year and everything that they had to go through and deal with. Like it was a lot, man. So it's just something where if you're the Detroit Lions, if you're any football team, you need to take it seriously. You have to take it seriously.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah. So and you look at the Lions and their aspect. I believe that their quarterback. Let me get his name. I can't believe I forgot his name. After I was a huge fan of his throughout his college career. Give me
Hendon
one second.
Hooker?
Yep. Hendon Hooker. He didn't. Yep, I can't believe I forgot his name. But yeah, he put together a decent, not a great performance, but a decent performance. I was definitely looking at a lot more from him, definitely.
3 for 6,
Because
18 yards, one interception.
yeah, he's coming off an injury last year. I believe it was a Kyle Allen. Yeah, Kyle Allen, who's been in the league for a long time. He's 29 years old now, out of Houston. He had decent numbers, 9 of 14, 91 yards, but he had 2 picks.
Yeah, he didn't play. He didn't play
He
too
didn't
well.
play well at all.
Craig Reynolds, vet, has been there for a minute. 12. No, he had 10 carries, 38 yards. He had a touchdown. The only touchdown that they scored. Isaac Tesla, rookie wide receiver that got out of Arkansas, 2 for 46. And then Dominic Lovett, who I think he's from Georgia. I want to say is a 7th-round pick. He made some good plays in that game as well. So I wanted to see what did their first round pick do? Tyree Talik what's that kid's last name? Why am I blanking on names? Tyleek Williams.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not seeing his name on here.
He probably didn't play, to be honest
Yeah,
with
I
you.
don't think he probably played.
Yeah,
That's
because
not
they're see that's the problem I see with a lot of things going on now, especially with preseason. They're holding a lot of guys out. But see, I heard the Cincinnati Bengals the other day that they are going to play. They are going to play Joe Burrow more in the preseason, which can be dangerous because you don't want him to get hurt. However, I think that Justin Herbert should have played the other night. I mean, coming off a 4-pick performance, I mean, they used to take pride in the preseason. And I'm serious, Larry. They used to take pride. They used to take pride in the Hall of Fame games. The Hall of Fame games used to be one of those games where it was exciting. You could see the starters. You could get some work done. Larry, if you're not playing football, you're not getting better, buddy. You're not getting better. And the Chargers got to get better, man. Justin Herbert is 0-2 in the playoffs, buddy. He's got to start playing more. He's got to start getting fresh. He's got to start doing more. I don't understand why it's so inept for people or coaches to not want to play their starters. I mean,
When you want to get a series in a Hall of Fame game?
Yeah, I want him to get a series in. I want him to get familiar on the field with some of his backups in case he has to play with those backups. I think it's very important. Just like the whole thing with Dak Prescott not playing in the last couple of preseasons, I think it's hurt him. I think this hurt a lot of quarterbacks. I think it's hurt Joe Burrow. Because haven't they been starting off with 1-3, 1-4? You got to get that camaraderie, man. It's very important.
Yeah, if back to your Dak Prescott point, I'll be scared to put him out there in the preseason, as much as he get hurt. So.
Well, I mean, Joe Burrow gets hurt too, man. Hey, look, you gotta play football. You gotta play football. You gotta play football to get better at football. I mean, if you're out there being scared, then guess what? You know what? Then maybe football is not the game for you. Maybe football is just not the game for you. Now, moving on to our next topic. Speaking of preseason, let's go to our preseason games, Larry. August the 7th. Today is August the 3rd. So that's 4 days from now. So we got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. These Thursday games we got coming up. As SummerSlam just came on, we'll be off here in a little bit, guys. Just bear with us as you're watching SummerSlam and you are with the Sunday Hype with Rob Johnson and Larry Patterson. Let's go through the games real quick, Larry. Colts, Ravens, what do you want to see?
Colts, Ravens, I want to see that pass rusher, Mike Green. Who's a Colts rookie? Who's a rookie that they picked up? My guy out of tight end out of Penn State.
Yeah, I know you're talking about
Tyler Warren.
Yep,
Tyler Warren. Yep. I want to see what kind of burn Tyler Warren gets, as well as the other rookies. Also Daniel Jones and Anthony Richardson. Both of them should be playing in this game.
They said he's healthy. They said Anthony Richardson's healthy. So let me ask this, Larry. Do you want to see one in the first half, one in the second half? And should we see that the rest of the preseason? One in the first half? And do you want to see a rotation? Let's see a rotation game to game, and let's see what guy can get in. Should we see any Lamar Jackson?
Hell no. I do want to see, like you said, that half with Anthony Richardson, one half with Daniel Jones, and maybe a quarter or maybe a final 3 series with the other quarterback, just to see what you got.
Now, I do want to see this quarterback battle between Devin Leary, who was a quarterback out of Kentucky, 6th-round pick last year, and Cooper Rush. That should be an interesting battle, in my opinion, to see who can win that. It should be Cooper Rush, of course, but again, you just never know. So we'll see how that goes, Larry. Next game, quickly, let's go through them. Eagles, Bengals. What do you want to see? Joe Burrow, I believe, is expected to play, I think.
Really?
Hey, like I was just telling you, the head coach, Zach Taylor, he knows that his butt's on the line, man, and he's gonna have to start producing. So he's got to start putting these guys out there to get these stronger starts. So it's expected Joe Burrow.
Yeah, I throw Burrow out there for a series too. Just to get that burn in him. For the Eagles, do you think Jalen Hurts plays?
No. Well, Jalen Hurts is the type of guy, he's so competitive, he might want to play.
He might want to play, but
he might want to play. He might want to play.
My man doesn't even have to. He won a Super Bowl. Sit the whole preseason if you want to.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing. Jalen Hurts wants to be so good and wants to be so competitive that maybe he just says, you know what, coach, let me get in there. Let me continue to prove that I am the quarterback that I say I am. So yeah. So that's how I look at it. Next game, we got Raiders Seahawks, an old school AFC West rivalry, which a lot of young folks probably don't know. For me, this is very simple. You got the Seattle Seahawks. Everybody's got to play. Sam Darnold's got to play. after what
Absolutely.
we saw, Sam Darnold's got to play. Then you got Drew Lock. Drew Lock must play, and Jalen Milroe, the guy that everybody wants to see. We've got to see him play. And for the Raiders, in their situation, I'm going to be completely honest with you here, my man. I do not play Ashton Jeanty in this first preseason game. You need to protect. You need to protect that interest. You need to protect that interest. Maybe let him play the second or third, maybe the second game, but very limited action. Because if he gets hurt, it's the season's over already.
Oh hell no! I want to see Genty out there at least 2 series.
No, not this game. Not this
Top
game.
6, top six
Not this
pick,
game.
man. I got to see it. He's gonna have to get burned anyway.
Nope, not this game. You know where you play him at? You play him next week against the 49ers. Because by that time, the 49ers will be trying to get back. You play him against the 49ers, you see what he's got, and it's more impressive. You play him against Seattle, people are like, it's Seattle, who cares? 49ers, people still look at the 49ers like the 49ers. You play them at home with your home crowd against the Niners. So that's what I would do.
Jalen Milroe. I'm excited about that one.
I'm very excited. I'm very excited. Very excited. Friday night, Patriots at home against the Commanders. Should we see Deebo Samuel in this? I think we need to see Deebo Samuel in this game because if Terry McLaurin is going to be out, we need to see what Deebo Samuel is all about. We need to see Jaden Daniels as well. We need to see him. We need to see how this offensive line has progressed throughout the summer.
Yeah, I agree there.
Yep.
I'm excited to see TreVeyon Henderson in this game as well.
Oh, hey, I'm so glad you brought that up. The Hopewell product. I can't wait either, my friend. Can't wait. Lions, Falcons. I don't really know too much. To me, in this game, you got to see Michael Penix. You got to see Michael Penix Jr. You also need to see what's behind him. I'm going to tell you the guy that I am intrigued to see. I'm really intrigued to see Emory Jones, who is a quarterback. No, the quarterback from Cincinnati. I want to see Emory Jones. I want to see how Emory Jones plays. I want to see how Kirk Cousins should get in. I want to see how all these quarterbacks play because this could possibly be a situation where you could still use Kirk Cousins as a trade piece if somebody gets hurt. So this is very important for them to get him out there and see what he can do.
Absolutely.
Yep. The Lions need to show me a little more coming out their pathetic performance. Browns, Panthers, it's automatic who we want to see.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean it's not even a contest here in what we want to see. In the Panthers, should we see Bryce Young? You're daggone right. We should see Bryce Young. I also want to see Jake Plummer. I want to see Jake Plummer, the 25-year-old out of Louisville. He's 6'5". He's impressive. And I also want to see Andy Dalton.
Yeah, I want to see Ted.
I want to see Andy Dalton at his age of 37, and can he still be a valuable backup? I still want to see it.
I also want to see Nick Scordon because the Panthers going to have to get some kind of pass rush over there. So.
Most definitely. Now let's go to, I think this is Saturday, Cowboys Rams. What do you want to see?
Cowboys Rams. I want to see Jaden Blue. I want to see what kind of dynamic weapon that he can be in that Cowboys offense. And then the Rams side, they picked up some couple. Does Devontae Adams play?
He has to. In fact, here's the thing. Everybody needs to almost play except for Matthew Stafford. And what I don't understand why Stetson Bennett. But here's the problem. Here's the problem for the Rams. Here's the big problem if you're the Rams. You possibly, and Larry, mark my words when I tell you this. They're watching the Kirk Cousins situation very slowly and very methodically. You know why? Your backups are Stetson Bennett and Jimmy Garoppolo.
Just in case if Matt has to go out.
And Dresser Wynn out of Tennessee Martin. So, yeah, trust me, if that back issue, which they're saying is not an issue, if that continues to be a problem, trust me when I tell you, Larry, they are monitoring Kirk Cousins very, very closely.
Well, some other teams is. A lot of teams are.
Oh yeah, but especially the Rams because we know the Rams are Super Bowl contenders, dog.
Definitely.
We know the
Definitely.
Rams Super Bowl contenders for sure, for sure. Uh, Buffalo, New York. Buffalo, I mean the New York Giants and Buffalo Bills. I think this to me, Larry, is one of the more intriguing preseason games. And I don't know why, but for some reason, I just want to see the Giants' young guns out there doing stuff.
Yeah, I want to see Cam Scatterbo. I want to see Abdul Carter. What kind of pass rush he brings? What kind of presence he brings? A couple other rookies they got over there, but Cam Scatterbo is another one that rings out to me. On the Bills side, I think they
He
picked up.
does. I hate to cut you off on that, but they're talking about he's questionable with a hamstring, so we may have to wait a few weeks for Cam Scatterboo.
Okay. All right. Well, definitely. Our boy Tyrone Tracy probably gonna get a couple snaps. A series here or two. For the Bills, Maxwell Harrison, I believe, was drafted there. So they've been needing that cornerback over there. It's a big spot for him to come in. Malik Neighbors probably won't get no snaps, but
He's got a
who's the
shoulder, questionable with a shoulder. We won't see him.
Jackson Dart is the name and the player that I'm watching. I expect Jackson Dart to be the starting quarterback of the New York Giants this season.
You want him
Russ,
to
pro-
what
Russ probably
in
Russ will
game
probably
one?
start,
Yeah,
huh?
yeah, but what if Russell comes out? What if Russell comes by beats the Commanders?
I mean, you still got games after that too.
Well, what happens if he comes out and beats the Commanders, beats the Cowboys back to back?
I don't think that's going to happen.
It can happen. Oh no, it can happen because I'm gonna tell you something. This Giants team is more intriguing than people are giving it credit for. And I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna tell you this too, Larry. It's make or break for Jalen Hyatt for Jalen Hyatt. It's make or break.
Absolutely,
It's make or break for him, man. He better get it
absolutely.
together. It's make or break for Jalen Hyatt. So this one more of the intriguing games, man. I'm definitely looking at. Houston, Minnesota. What do you want to see?
Houston, Minnesota. I want to see J.J. McCarthy, please, for the love of God. Do not tear anything. I want to see JJ. I want to see who did it? Houston picked up some guys too. I can't name them off the top of my head, but I think CJ Stroud might play a snap or two, a series or two. But that's definitely who I want to see over there.
I don't
JJ
think so.
McCarthy.
I don't think so. I don't think. I don't think he needs to play. He last 2 years he's actually had success in the playoffs. He don't need to play. What they need to do is they need to make sure that they keep everybody healthy because their wide receivers they've had the injuries with Tank Dell with Mixon. They've had the injuries here and there. They need to. This is the one game where I won't mind if a lot of the backups play. This is the one game between these two teams, especially Minnesota. Minnesota has too many injuries, too many problems. This is the one game I would not mind seeing the backups. Pittsburgh, Jacksonville. We need to see Aaron Rodgers. We need to see Aaron Rodgers. I don't want to hear any excuses about he's a veteran. We need to see Aaron Rodgers. Bottom line, we need to see we need to see sunshine. We need to see sunshine for Jacksonville. Bottom
Yeah,
line,
we need to see sunshine. I don't know about Aaron Rodgers though.
we need to see Aaron Rodgers, dog. He's got a lot to prove
I'm also
because
excited to see. Go ahead.
because that backup quarterback from Ohio State, that backup quarterback that's in Pittsburgh is a lot closer to him than people know.
Will Howard.
Will Howard is a lot closer than people know. Trust me.
I actually, I actually thought he was, he could have had a nice uh chance to start before they even picked up Aaron Rodgers, but you know how that's gonna go. But maybe
I,
Aaron can groom him to the quarterback of the future.
man, he don't like grooming nobody. He didn't want to groom Jordan Love. But I've been hearing things about Will Howard, so I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep it at
Oh,
that.
I also want to see that running back Caleb Johnson from Iowa. Maybe he'll be the next Steelers great running back over there.
Maybe so. Maybe so. Titans, Buccaneers. Um, do we need to see Cam?
I need to see that picture. That's what I need to see.
Okay, I got you next week. All right. So for the Buccaneers,
Rebecca Buka.
yeah, for the Buccaneers, they don't need to really play anybody for real. They know what their offense can do. I'm not really too worried about Baker Mayfield. I do want to see Tony Pollard because Tony Pollard could be on the trade block. If somebody needs a running back and they're struggling, he could be on the trade block. So, yeah, Kansas City against Arizona. What do you need to see out that game? Do you need to see Marvin Harrison Jr.? Do you need to see Kyler Murray for a series or two?
I don't need to see Marvin. I don't need to see Kyler. Um, I do want to see Will Johnson, assuming that he is healthy.
Well,
Um,
traditionally Manny Reed plays his starters in the first game. So I mean, who knows, Larry? We could see him here.
yeah,
We could see, and I don't think that's a bad thing because Patrick Mahomes is the type of quarterback, man, where I think that he wants to get better. So I don't think he has a problem with that.
absolutely.
Absolutely, and that's why they continue to be good every single daggone year. Uh, Packers Jets. This is intriguing to me because I think the Jets can be better than what people think, and I think if Tyrod Taylor gets an opportunity, he's going to do great things.
This is the Tyrod Taylor game. This is a game for Adrian Martinez. This is a game for Brady Cook because clearly my guy Justin Fields cannot stay healthy. And I think
Nope.
this may be a problem going in the future. If I will say one thing about you. You are right about Tyrod Taylor. It seems like whenever he is a starting quarterback in the league, he may not always get you to win, but at least the offense is competitive. The team is competitive. So, uh, Tyrod, I expect to see Tyrod. I want to see what else the Jets can get out of. Maybe Brees Hall might play, might not. Braylon Allen, who was picked up last year, is another guy I got my eyes on running back.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
And I want to see Malik Willis because I want, to me, it's almost, I said that he wasn't a first rounder, maybe a second rounder. And I think that he's been playing a lot better. But I'll say this, Larry, it's a big indictment on the Titans.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a big indictment that he came in, won games last year, but some reason he couldn't even barely play there. Last
Oh,
game,
also looking at Matthew Golden too for
gotcha.
Green Bay.
Broncos, 49ers. Do you want to see some of your starters play?
I think Bo at least plays three series, maybe
Gotcha.
four.
Gotcha. All right. Dolphins, Bears. Should Caleb play?
Yep.
Yep, I agree. Totally agree. Saints, Chargers. Um, do we
Uh,
we
Tyler
do,
Shuck.
yep, we need to see the Saints all hands on deck.
Yeah, I need to see Tyler Shuck at
We
least in there for a
yep,
whole
we
half.
need yep, we need to see that we need to see them all hands on deck. I don't want to hear no excuses. We need to see what that team can bring. We need to see what that team is about. We need to see what the Saints are all about. So yeah. Yep.
Yep.
Next topic we have, who has more pressure on them going to the 2025, Larry? Is it Debo Samuel or is it DK Metcalf?
I think Debo has got a case coming over from San Francisco, going into a new environment. Can he stay healthy? Can he get back to the form of a couple years ago where he was running in, he was catching passes? DK Metcalf, uh, known for being a little bit of a disgruntled receiver over there in Seattle, coming over to a new environment in Pittsburgh. He finally got him a quarterback now. So I know he had Russ, but he's got Aaron Rodgers now, and I feel like the pressure's on him because now Pittsburgh signed him to that big contract. So now you got some proving to do over there in Pittsburgh. So I'm gonna say DK because of the trade and the money that was involved in there, and what he's got to prove this year. It's got to be a lot.
I don't know, Larry. For me, it's DK's been to Super Bowl. Okay. Debo has performed in some great moments and great spots.
You
However, DK
mean
has a
Debo?
lot. DK Metcalf has a lot to prove, in my opinion. And he has times where he kind of loses his edge and shuts down in some games. Other games he plays great. I think it's a big indictment that Seattle traded him.
Hmm.
We'll see, but for me, it's definitely DK Metcalf. I think that Debo Samuel is a lot closer to getting back to what he was than what anything because when he was in San Francisco, he was the glue that made that engine go. You can't when it comes to Seattle. Yes, DK was really good, really great, but we can make a case that Lockett was the reason that team was going all those years before he started aging a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And what's going to happen when he runs into adversity in Pittsburgh? You know what's going to happen when he's not able to? He gets tired on some of those routes. Is there going to be friction in the building? It's Pittsburgh. This is not Seattle, Washington. This is Pittsburgh.
What's going to happen when you're not getting the ball?
What's going to happen when you're not getting the ball? What's going to happen when Aaron Rodgers has a gripe? So that's very big. So you're going with Debo. I'm going with DK. Now, Larry,
I went with DK.
Yep, you ranked yours earlier. Let me know. Tell everybody, and we're going to go through this, guys. Before the season, we'll give you our top 10, top 6, or whatever. Go through your 32 through 32 teams, 32 ranking, the rankings of the 32 teams, 32 through 26. Give me your ranking, my dog.
All right, 32, I got New Orleans. 31, I got Tennessee. 30, I got Carolina. 29, I got Indianapolis.
Hold. Before you keep going, I know you got Carolina 30. I thought you were big on Carolina. Because Carolina's going to be a decent team this year. You got them at 30?
Yeah.
Wow.
All right, Carolina at 30 right now.
Wow. Hey, Carolina.
I'm going to explain my reasons after this.
Okay, because that's intriguing.
Carolina and then Indianapolis at 29. I got the Jets at 28. I got the Giants at 27. I got Cleveland at 26. Now, here's why I say that, because if you look at Cleveland, all right, if Cleveland is facing the Giants, the Jets, the Colts, the Panthers, and Tennessee and the Saints right now, if you put them head to head, do you think Cleveland wins those matchups? I think they do.
I think if you have Shedeur Sanders, who I think is probably one of the more underrated quarterbacks coming out of the draft, and you can give him a decent running game, and that defense still that defense, who knows?
Yeah, we haven't seen that yet. But just assuming that, I think that, say if Joe Flacco started, say if Kenny Pickett started, let's just say, and that quarterback position is still not what it's supposed to be, at least you have that defense and Myles Garrett, and then with the addition of Mason Graham and Denzel Ward over there as well, I think the strength of that team will be the defense, and I think they will find ways to win against those teams anyway. So that's why I got Cleveland sitting at top of that 26 right there.
Gotcha. For me, it's very simple. Like you said, man, I got New Orleans at 32, at 31 right now. Did you have the Giants in there as well? Did you have Giants in your list?
At the Giants at 27.
At 27. Okay. I got the Saints at 32. I got the Giants at 31. At 30 right now, I have the New England Patriots. At 29, Tennessee Titans. 28, I have the Colts. At 27, I have the Las Vegas Raiders. And at 26, I have the New York Giants.
Okay. So a couple of teams. Yeah, we pretty much got about the same right amount of teams. It's just some teams, out in the end. So yeah,
flip flopping, definitely.
Yeah, a lot of flip flopping. Yeah, but I definitely do think starting with that right there, starting with those teams right there, I do think Cleveland sitting at that 26 defeats all those teams, and then with New Orleans, like you don't know what Tyler Shuck is going to be, and then with Cam Ward as well, they're in the same situation, rookie quarterback. I think Cam's going to be better, but and then with Bryce, I mean, yeah. He's got a couple weapons, but I mean that team was still awful, and then Bryce still got a lot to prove. So
yeah, and they got better. They got better throughout the season. So I'll definitely give you that.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. As we approach the hour, damn, we went an hour. It don't even feel like an hour. It don't even feel like we went an hour. Damn, we really hit on a lot of stuff, man. But yeah, final words, Larry, for the Sunday Night Hype Nation, and then make sure if you guys are not subscribed to our YouTube channel, subscribe. If I go and I don't see any subscribers, I'm gonna go on a rant on Facebook. I'm gonna go on a rant because I made sure I shared this. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna continue going on my hype train and my promotion tour. I'm gonna get some shirts. Y'all subscribe to our channel. Larry, final words, my friend.
Final words I have is, man, football is back. We got SummerSlam tonight, but football is back, and I'm glad to do this with you. As we've been talking about this for a minute, and we're here, and we're gonna make the most of it. And everybody, like, share, subscribe. Please support and help us get to wherever the journey is that we want to go. So.
Well, all I gotta say is thank you guys for being with us. Thanks for showing us greatness. We're gonna continue to bring you greatness. We'll be back next Sunday. Larry, stay on. I'm gonna see you after this. We're gonna continue to bring greatness. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. If I gotta create a Facebook page, I will. But make sure y'all subscribe to the Sunday Night Hype. We gave y'all greatness tonight. That's all you need to know. We'll see y'all back here again, hopefully next week at about 6. What do you think about Larry? 6:30 next week? 6:30 next week? Because we're not doing.
Yeah, about 6.
Yeah, we don't have SummerSlam going on, so we'll do about 6:30 next week, right?
Yeah, that's cool.
All right, we'll see y'all next week at 6:30. Larry, still, I'm gonna hit you after. Catch y'all later. For Rob Johnson, Larry Patterson, the Sunday Night Hype. Let's go.